I'm going to force Lionel Messi to move club every single season in Football Manager. So I have already turned Messi aged 18 using the pre-game editor, and I could let him have a season at PSG, but where would the fun be in that? We've got the in-game editor on, and I'm going to terminate his contract, so he has to find a club in Season 1. And now all we do is go on holiday for 1 year, come back and see what's happened. Okay, we're at the end of Season number 1. Let's see where Lionel Messi has ended. It's Newcastle United, of all places. So age 18, he moves to Newcastle. He has played 33 games in the Premier League, scoring 15 goals, 3 assists with an XG of 13. It's not bad at all, to be honest. 19 goals in total. So, yeah, I mean, free transfer to Newcastle. I think Newcastle would have been mainly one of the only clubs who would have had the money to give him £300,000 a week.
I bet I'm stunned.
And on a 4-year deal, but we all know that's not going to stay there for long. We all wanted to see Messi in the Premier League, but it's been a little underwhelming here as Newcastle finish in 8th place, but he does get the second highest number of man of matches. Time to pack up your bags, though, Lionel, because the northeast of England is not going to be for you, my friend. The termination of your contract has happened again. Let's see where you go. Season number 2. Let's see where Lionel has ended up this time. Oh, he's gone back home. He's at Barcelona. What a surprise. So 19 years of age. He eventually ended up at Barcelona. 19 goals in 31 appearances. 14 XG with 6 assists. Couple of player matches as well. 400 grand a week.
My eyes are bleached.
He ended his 300 grand a week at Newcastle and ended up with an extra £100,000 per week here in Barcelona. Not a bad little move there. And his goals and his whole output is a lot better here at Barcelona. Now, he does have some continental competitions. How did Barcelona do in the league itself with 3rd? I thought they would have done a lot better than that, but even Atletico Madrid is beating them. He was, however, the highest goals, average rating, and most man of the matches. He is, of course, playing alongside Lewandowski, so he has been moved to the right-hand side, Rafinha to the left. Did they make it to any competition finals like the Champions League? We got to the semi-finals and were eliminated by Bayern Munich. Well, that's a shame. I'll click straight on Lionel Messi's name here because it's time once again to terminate that contract. Alright then, season number 3. Where are we to, Lionel? Oh, we've gone back to the Premier League with Arsenal. Okay, fair enough. Now, his attributes are getting better because, of course, he's only 20, so he could actually reach his maximum potential. So I'm actually curious to see... Oh, we are at 199. We are at the best player in the world again. This is the best player in the world, Lionel Messi. Only 10 goals and 5 assists and 4 appearances in the Premier League. I am curious to see where Arsenal are in the league. Doesn't look like they got very far in competitions if Messi's only playing 5 games in the FA Cup, 5 in the Carabao Cup, and 5 in the Champions League. So I'm guessing they didn't win any of those competitions either. He is on £240,000 a week. Let's take a look then. Arsenal, where did you finish in the league campaign? 2nd. I'm actually surprised. 2nd place. Right behind Liverpool. I'm only surprised because of how low Lionel Messi's goal tally was. And it doesn't even look like he did very well at all because across the statistics in the league, he is not there at all. He is classed as their best player. He's playing from the right-hand side, which might be the reason why. Okay, so it's 2026 now. Where has Lionel Messi landed this year? It's Liverpool, so he's in the Premier League again. So he's gone from Newcastle, Barca, Arsenal, and Liverpool. So has he managed to finally win a league title? We can see £275,000 a week. He played 12 games in the Champions League, 12 goals. But in the Premier League, only 7 goals and 9 assists. That's very poor. I'd expect a lot better than that. So I'd imagine then Liverpool maybe didn't do as well because I'd imagine they would try and use the best position for Lionel Messi. Well, I was wrong. He has won the Premier League with Liverpool. They were champions, 2 points above Arsenal. But again, he's nowhere to be seen on these statistics. He's winning things like the Golden Boot in the Champions League and everything. Best player in Europe, which could mean he could win the Ballon d'Or this year. But I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. So the Champions League was actually won by Borussia Dortmund beating Barcelona, his former team, in the final. And how heart-wrenching that Liverpool actually won the Champions League the season before Lionel Messi joined. But they couldn't quite do it again. They were knocked out by Borussia Dortmund in the semi-final when Barcelona knocked out Bayern. So, Messi, it's time for you to go, my friend. Liverpool is not where you're going to be winning the Champions League. We're 5 years in now, so where is Lionel Messi? Oh, it's Manchester City. Of course it is. So he's gone from Arsenal to Liverpool to Manchester City, a team that I actually expected him to start off at. I didn't think he would go to Newcastle. I thought definitely Premier League. I thought it would be Man City. Only 9 goals in 36 games with 11 assists. From 9 XG. He is not outscoring his XG anymore. He's got 7 player of the matches since his move. So this is probably, well, it's his second to worst season, with that Liverpool season being the worst one so far, not even getting double figures. It's very unlike Lionel Messi, isn't it? So Manchester City, Diego Simeone, and they finished only in 3rd place, even though they have Erling Haaland and Lionel Messi, prime Lionel Messi, and they still could not finish above Arsenal and Liverpool. Looks like he has been playing out on that right-hand side. They also have Nico Williams, of course. They have Kvaradona, who's also there, and Evanilson, the Brazilian from Porto. So they've got an unbelievable strike force, yet they couldn't win anything. Well, not say everything. Maybe they've won something else. Let's take a look. They have not got to the Carabao Cup. Have they? They were knocked out of the Carabao Cup. No, they weren't. They got to the final. They beat Manchester United on penalties. So they did. Oh, they got to the semi-final of the Champions League. They beat Real Madrid in the first leg 2-0. Lost the second leg 4-1. That's unfortunate. But you know what's coming. It's time to terminate your contract. In the 6th season, Messi's career really went downhill as he found himself at Spurs.
What do you mean by that?
He did take them to a 3rd place finish and had the highest average rating and most man of the matches. He hasn't yet won a Ballon d'Or since his experiment began though, but he has won another Carabao Cup. But year number 7 is the first club we have seen him return to, and it's of course Barcelona again, and on 500k a week. Last 2 seasons, his league goals are back in double figures, but still not Messi levels that we are used to seeing. And he's still yet to win the League 2 in Spain since we began. If you want to see more weird experiments like this, make sure you subscribe because I've got a few ideas up my sleeve. In year number 8, a change of loyalty, signing with Atletico Madrid. And if we look at his games played, majority came from the right, but he did play a few up top, and it was his best year for goals in a long time. 4th in the league though, with an incredibly high points tally mine, but Villarreal won the league astonishingly. No trophies or awards for the Argentinian though. But year number 9, he's back living the dream at Barcelona again, with the best return for goals and assists so far, 22 goals and 14 assists. And he has finally won a La Liga again. He was beat by a new gen to the World Footballer of the Year though.
Who?
Well, off the back of a fantastic season, the 10th season, Lionel Messi has found himself at Chelsea. So he's basically been to all of the big 6 in the Premier League, other than Manchester United. I won't hold a grudge, Leo. £300,000 a week. He's 27 now, so he is getting on a bit. How was his season? So we had that fantastic season at Barcelona. 16 goals, 12 assists in the Premier League is good. 21 goals in total with 22 assists. But how did Chelsea do? They finished in 2nd, just 3 points as well behind Manchester City, who have won the season, won the Premier League 4 times in a row now. That's good. He also had the highest average rating and the most player of the matches and the most assists. So probably the league MVP, the best player in the league. But did he win anything? No. The best player in Europe kind of is something, but it's not quite. Oh, World Footballer of the Year. World Footballer of the Year was won by Lionel Messi. Now, that's not the Ballon d'Or. That's the Golden Boot. And Paul Martin has won that again, and he's not even in the top 4. Top 3. I don't understand why he's not in the top 3 when the Footballer of the Year is basically the same thing. So I don't really know. Season 11, and we're starting an on-again, off-again relationship with Barcelona. Goals and assists have fallen off a cliff though. 2nd in the league, however. But first time Champions League winner since this began. And Footballer of the Year again. Season 12 and he's at Villarreal. And then of course he returned back to Barcelona. Couldn't win the league though, as Bilbao did for the first time since the 1980s. I think I could give you 50 guesses for his next club and you still wouldn't get it right. He went to Wolves.
What?
I said he went to Wolves.
What?
I feel like Guardiola being manager played a big part in this. However, they did finish in 9th place. But they did win the Europa Conference League, though. I bet he went back to Barcelona after that, though, didn't he?
Oh no!
Lionel Messi. Welcome to Manchester United. It's a 6th place finish, but they still qualified for the Champions League because Messi scored the winner in the Europa League final. Pains me to do this, but contract is terminated. He went to Barcelona the year after. No trophies or awards, but it's his best season's goals and assists wise for nearly 10 years. Final season then, and we can review the careers that he's had both before and now. Final year that we're going to look at then when Lionel Messi turns 35, and of course he went to Barcelona again after one season at Real Sociedad. Career-wise then, I mean, he had an okay season again, 14 goals, 13 assists, 9 player of the matches. That season there is very underrated, 17 goals and 14 assists. But it's nowhere near the season he had while he was at Barcelona in real life, is it? I mean, we can't see anything below a 25 there, I think is the lowest all the way back since 08-09, but we don't see anything above a 25 in this simulated seasons of going as a free transfer every other season. So that's nowhere near as good. I'm going to check his milestones at the end there just to see if he did win anything. He won the Spanish Cup at Barcelona, but no, World Footballer of the Year runner-up, World Player of the Year. He still didn't win it, though, and that's the trouble. And he never even got close to the Golden Ball, which is, as we all know, the Ballon d'Or. So I've got to say, that's disappointing. I expected a lot more from you, Lionel. I thought putting you back when you were 18 and your career was set, you'd do something a little bit more than this. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you check out this video, though, where we stuck San Marino as the best nation in the world.